Hi, my name is Oleg. I am 64 years old. I was born in Ukraine and I got PhD degree in physics in year 1983, and I have more than 30 years experience to teach university students, about 16 years in Russia, in Moscow, and about 14 years in Germany, in Munich. From year 2014, I moved to Thailand, and I got some experience also to teach Thai students at secondary and primary schools. I was teaching health, mathematics, English for communications, and science. So, and interesting enough that January of this year, I was discussing with my colleagues, Thai and foreign teachers, the future of education in general in the world and in Thailand in particular. I expressed my opinion that future of education is in online education, and I said that government schools will be closed and only a few private schools as well as childcare facilities for younger kids will stay open. Why? Because online education is saving a lot of money for governments, and it has also a lot of advantages for students and parents, because they can choose a better teacher and favorite subjects to learn. And students can decide will they get education individually or in groups, and they can ask questions and get answers not only from teacher but also from the group of students, from other students. So also gifted students can learn much quicker and can get more subjects to learn. So it is all for better. Of course, young children need more attention and then more supervision than students of secondary schools. And therefore, parents can cooperate, organize childcare groups, and with a hired teacher or one of the parents, and or maybe some older children of their children, and then because children need supervision, they need they need much care. They cannot stay on home. Educational programs for young children, meanwhile, have to be adapted for homeschooling, but it is not so difficult. Already different curriculums for homeschooling are already available, and parents can choose what is the best program in their opinion for their children. The side effects of this transition to online schooling will be that many teachers will lose jobs, and because one good teacher can make a record of his or her lectures, and thousands, even more students can watch the lectures, and meanwhile the testing can be formalized and made with the computer. Also, educational programs can be downloaded for free already now, or will be developed in future. So it will be very efficient way to learn. So it took not too long to see that because of the quarantine and social distancing, students of secondary schools in Thailand started online education from July of this year. Even if all students in Thailand for now in September they return to schools and have normal program, that I believe that it is not for very long, and then this normal education will change to online education again sooner or later, maybe next year, maybe end of this year. So this time we can also see groundbreaking changes in technologies. In particular, many specialists will expect that in about 10 years there will be so-called singularity moment, when artificial intelligence or computers will become much smarter than most of the human beings, and therefore we may expect that many people will lose jobs. And because okay, for example, driverless cars will appear, and automatic production facilities, and interface between our brain and computers, and also distant working will be very, very common, and the productivity of people will increase very much. Some American universities already decided that for this academic year they will go teaching online. Again, the driving force is to save money. It is not only to save money for universities, but save money for and reduce cost of education for students. And also, it is not only in America. Online internet courses are available for free or for some low cost from many European universities. And the same as for school, we expect that anybody can get education for less money and staying at home. Because of the new technologies, again, many people will lose jobs, but even more new jobs will be created, and but we cannot say what will be the future, what kind of job we would need even in next 5-10 years. Therefore, online education is much more flexible, and then also workers who need to improve skills and get new skills for new jobs will get this training and education online. So I believe that online education is our future anyway. It will have, again, even if some private school will be working, and childcare facilities, in total future of education is online education. I want to emphasize importance of English language for online education, because English language already became an international means for communication between people of different nationalities. And the importance of mastering the English language will only increase in time. And of course, we expect that all these free courses, free education will be mostly in English. The best way to learn language is through excitement, and it may be karaoke singing in English for a start, as well watching cartoons and movies with subtitles in native language, and then changing to subtitles to English language, so going in steps. And next can be reading of some fiction books or anything what excites the student, anything what is of interest, and also keeping some journal and making some notes about new words. So it also it can be very productive, and actually I expect that normal time to get good knowledge of foreign language will be about less than 1 year probably. Okay, then with development of high-speed internet, there will be more open positions for distant jobs. It may include not only for office jobs, but consulting, engineering, development, international trade, and even healthcare. We cannot imagine what will be future, but we have to be prepared. And again, we have to be prepared, and we have to develop these skills for online teaching. Studying outside the school is not something very common. It's not something very new, pardon. So in my life, when I was at the secondary school, I have applied for additional training in physics and mathematics from 3 universities. And the lectures at one university I was attending during weekends, and from 2 other universities I was getting by post information materials and exercises. I was reading information materials and sending back the completed exercises. After graduation, the secondary school, I was invited to apply for studies at these universities. I selected the best one, I believe. It is really the best one. And then later on, as the best student in our group, I was selected to continue education as postgraduate education, as postgraduate student, and I got PhD degree eventually in 1983. And my scientific career was not very smooth, but as I said, I have quite many scientific publications and quite interesting scientific life. So I love to work with young people, with children, I worked long enough in science, so I have local experience, and I believe I can be good in online teaching. And I already see that students are quite happy with me, and I believe that online education will be not much different. Actually, I have already experience to teach online students in the secondary school in Thailand. Well, it was, again, it is not so easy because groups were very big, and I used Google Meet program. And how I was doing, I was giving them first kind of record of the lecture with some materials to read, and then ask them to complete tests and ask questions if they don't understand anything. Okay, then this was the way of teaching. With primary school, it is different. Primary students, young students need more attention than older students. And then again, it is important to support them, to be much in contact with them. Okay, maybe in smaller groups it will work. I was working live in the class, and then I was checking if I see that they have problems to do it. Then I was always helping. And what is working for young students to learn English, it is like we were watching cartoons, and I was asking them to make a story about the cartoon, short story, few sentences with vocabulary I was given, and then also to make a picture. So this kids like the best to make a picture, and then with this picture to make some small story, and they were getting English quite quick. I believe they enjoyed. Also, I was asking them to make stories about their family, about how was weekend, about some travels, like this. So it's again not big stories, but if kids are excited, they do it, and they progress in English very quickly. Thank you so much for your attention.